Welcome back, trackside, once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series fires things back off after a little Easter break. Hope everybody had a safe and happy Easter weekend. Back to racing action here. West Coast swing. We're going to go from Daytona all the way out here to beautiful sunny California tonight. The Happy Harvick 85 hosted right here at Kern County Raceway. It's going to be an amazing night. 169 laps around this half-a-mile track. Track temperature pretty good, less than 100 degrees, so drivers are going to have a lot more grip than what some of them may anticipated. Your Premier Racing Setup qualifying session already underway. 13 drivers on the speed charts. Before we bring you qualifying times and take you trackside, how you doing? How you feeling? Out there in TV land, race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight, as always. Bringing you all the calls from trackside. Speaking of that trackside, let's go ahead and get some of those qualifying times up to the left-hand side of your screen. Alan Bledsoe, top of the speed charts. The fast bow tie at the front has this Camaro. Leading the way, 1850 around this half-mile racetrack. Nicholas Wing with the fast forward in the field, second on the speed charts. Handful of drivers yet to make a qualifying run. Zach Miller, Brandon Hartman, Christian Abate, and Alex Wiggins yet to hit the track. Just about. Looks to be about 75 seconds or so remaining on the stopwatch. They're going to have to get out there and get out there fast. Let's see, Abate is out on track. We'll see how he goes about it as the music fades and the time ticks away. The Premier Racing Setup qualifying session just about to come to a close. We're going to get ready to transition trackside for your national anthem. Bring you back with your starting lineup. So as we wait the final few seconds, let's see, does anybody do it? And Abate gonna go top of the speed charts. 1836 quick time, snatching the pole position here in the late going. Christian Abate will put the 45 at the front of the field. We're gonna step away for a brief commercial break. Head trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
And drivers begin to roll after the flyover is finished. Pre-race penalties being served. Drivers heading to the back. Christian Abati will bring us to the green flag. Let's go ahead and bring you your starting lineup here tonight from Kern County Raceway for the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. Christian Abati taking that Premier Racing setup. Pole position, he'll have Alan Bledsoe just to his outside. Nicholas Wing, Carlos Ramos back in row number 2. How about Burlow and more? Rounding out your top 6 positions here tonight from Kern County. Cody Schultz, Ed Hauck back in row 4. Row number 5 tonight behind the wheel of the fast. Number 10, Andrew McConville looking to do a little something in the point standings just outside of the top 10 coming into tonight's race. We'll see how McConville goes. About a Brian Ternowski. How about a good season and a good run needed here tonight from Kern County for Ternowski? Timms and Coro back in row number 6. And in row number 7 tonight from Kern, Dofi and Jensen. Miller, Wiggins, and Hartman finish out the 17-car field. We're ready to drop the hammer here tonight from Kern, and on the gas, green flag flies for the first time here tonight. Interesting little bit of a run already here on this opening lap. These Xfinity Series drivers with Hauck Designs have yet to race here at Kern County Raceway, so a very big unknown. 1, 2, 3 drivers into the outside wall coming out of turn number 2, and it's going to be an interesting night to see how these drivers navigate a very banked short track. Only a half a mile, speeds upwards of going into the corner. Looks to be of 130, 140 miles an hour getting into these corners, carrying it all the way around the track. Less than 20 seconds still in that 18.5 second. Christian Abati going to lay down the fastest lap of the race here on lap number 3. So very quickly, these drivers are going to turn in these laps. They're going to figure things out, and where those marbles begin to show up on the racetrack, going to be very key for drivers when they try to make passes. California sunset in the background and setting sail out front. Christian Abati going to show the way. Lap number 5 behind us as 6 goes on the board. We'll drop the timing and scoring back over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you find and follow along with your favorite driver in the field here tonight. Abati going to show the way. 1.2 back to Bledsoe. Schultz breathing down his neck. Let's watch this battle for the final 2 positions on the podium. How about the run tonight from Lieutenant Carlos Ramos? Let's take a look at this machine right here. Great run so far here tonight for Ramos. Qualifying in that 4th position, able to maintain 4th, but more importantly, begin to separate himself from that 5th place runner, Andrew McConville, who has Brian Ternowski all over him. Derek Moore with some problems. Derek Moore onto pit lane. More quickly to pit road after the troubles here tonight. So that's going to do it for a previous race winner getting to victory lane here tonight. Moore, the only driver that has been to victory lane in the field here tonight. With trouble, he's going to be multiple laps down. Ooh, big moment here for the 91 of Coro. Patrick Coro able to save the machine. Let's take a look. There it is, though. Troubles on the track for Coro. Able to get it going in the right direction, and we're going to have a caution. Caution flag will fly after Patrick Coro has a little bit of trouble getting through 3 and 4. He's going to loop it. Let's take a look back at the replay. You can see Coro on the outside. Looks like he's going to get a little bit loose here down into turns 3 and 4. There it is, just on the brake. A little bit of wheel hop. Trying to save it, trying to correct it. Oh my gosh. No contact. That's a big moment right there. That is a huge moment for Patrick Coro in that 91 machine. Able to keep it out of that outside wall. The contact with that outside wall would have more than likely destroyed his night. Aerodynamics here at this half mile, a little bit more important than, let's say, Bristol or Martinsville. This track is a little bit more like a speedway style of racing. In an amazing facility, really. Not just here at the asphalt track, but you got the double dirt track just outside of turns 3 and 4. Beside that, you got the stadium trucks, those Pro 4s, Pro 2s out there ripping things up, hopping the hills. I mean, all sorts of racing action here at Kern County Raceway Park. And we appreciate you joining us here tonight for the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Xfinity Series under caution for the first time here on lap number 10. And pit road has been open, but surprisingly no takers. And I say surprisingly because you would have, or I would have thought that 91 would have came to pit road and at least got some tires. These drivers got 5 sets of tires behind the wall here tonight with that big slide and having to heat them up, getting back going. I don't know. I think I want the tires. I want the tires. Back out of 4 into the restart zone. We roll on the gas and away we go once again. Green flag flies here from Kern County Raceway in the Happy Harvick 85. Pole sitter Rabazzi out to a good jump once again. Cody Schultz making some headway up 4 positions from where he qualified. Fast forward to the field at number 5. Making some headway here tonight. How about the run by the man behind him, Andrew McConville, making some headway as well. The Casey's number 10 with a great run through the field already here tonight. And with a handful of laps behind us after the restart, we'll drop that timing and scoring back over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you find and follow along with your favorite driver in the field here tonight. Carlos Ramos going at it, looking to the outside. Going to be interesting to see how this 91 fares on the high side. We haven't really seen anybody go up there yet. He's going to make the run work. And seeing that line, I don't know how many NASCAR fans we've got watching here tonight, but a little bit of a Richmond roll. Right? Think of one of the drivers that have been very tough over the years. At Richmond, Kevin Harvick has been one of those drivers that have just been very good at the Richmond roll. And as I like to call it, the Richmond roll. It's a rhythm. It just roll through the center of the corner. If you can make it work, there's a ton of speed up there in that second lane, but if you miss, you got problems. Side-by-side racing action still continuing here. McConville starting to drop back in the field now. Ooh, bit of a loose moment there for the 51 of Burlow, hanging out to the high side of that Mobil 1 sponsored machine. 28 of Tarnowski, he's starting to make some headway behind the wheel of his Camaro. Up 2 positions from where he qualified, so a good hit. Whoa, whoa, boy, big trouble here. Yeah, the caution will fly. Caution will fly. Caution number 2 here. Didn't look to be all that bad. We're going to take one more look here. A little bit of contact. Getting into 2. 28 into the 10. 10 goes flying. able to save it. No more chaos, but the contact does create a caution here tonight. We'll go under caution for the second time here from Kern County Raceway, back live at the front of your field. Few drivers beginning to hit pit road. And again, this track is an unknown for these guys. You know, we're not going to make... We're not going to shy away from it. First trip for myself here with the Turn 3 Racing Network out to Kern County. So a little bit of an unknown for myself. I had the opportunity to go around, check things out a little bit. Beautiful spot and just a great racing facility here in Bakersfield, California. If you're in the area and you're looking to get some laps, I suggest you head on over, because I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. So 2 quick cautions early here tonight. A little bit of an unknown track, so a little bit of troubles could be expected. Slight contact, short track racing, getting into the corner and bump and run. Great job by everybody minimizing the chaos and the carnage. We've had 2 retirements already here tonight. The woes and the trouble early have brought Derek Moore back to the hauler. The 16 will finish back in 16th. Brandon Hartman unable to get the machine fired up. Engine problems beseech that 64 before he has an opportunity to start here tonight. So 15 drivers remain on the track, all 15 on the lead lap. The Red Mist Podcast 45 Chevy Camaro inside lane, doubled up with Bledsoe beside. Top 2 remain the top 2. Pole sitter will bring him back to the stripe once again, leading every lap so far. Abati brings us back to the Geico restart zone, and away we go. Green flag flies once again here in the Happy Harvick 85. Going to check things out a little deeper in the field. Top 2 start to step away. We'll keep our eye on Bledsoe, see if he's able to do anything with the Bozzi. But let's stay back here, side by side racing action. The 11 of Reagan's going to take that Michigan National Championship sponsor, the 11, to that upper lane. Almost contact there with John Timms. 77 struggling to get to the high side. There's the 5 back down to the bottom. Big roll on the bottom of the racetrack. Great run here from Schultz. Laying some power down behind that Ford. So we'll jump around the track, jump around to a handful of different battles, different angles, if you will. A lot of racing action here at Kern County Raceway Park. The Ford Corona-sponsored Mustang of Daniel Jensen trying to run down Timms just to his high side. Timms transitioned to that top lane. Meanwhile, McConville still just searching all over the track, looking for the opportunity to get some speed. Struggling just a little bit to make some headway as we start to see single file action to here from Kern County Raceway. 32 laps in to tonight's 169. Alfred showing the way, dominating once again behind the wheel of the Red Mist Podcast 45. We've talked about Abati last season. We talked about him a little bit this season. A little bit of a tough run so far this season. Outside of your top 10 coming into tonight's race. This is race number 5 in the 12-week season. So Abati has had some issues. And Clark, I feel you. Where's Gage? Ban him. I feel you. I mean, came into tonight's race 5th in the overall standings. It's going to cost Dave quite a bit. Maybe we should go with the over on the cookie count tonight for Dave missing in action. Bonte remains out front, lap number 35 behind us. We'll drop the timing and scoring back over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let's take a look at some battles. What do you say? Let's jump around the racetrack. Back to the 11 of Alex Wiggins, Andrew McConville. Back to the inside of the racetrack. We've seen McConville down there on the bottom. Really gets a good roll through 1 and 2 on the bottom of the racetrack. You can see right there a great run once again, killing it in 1 and 2. So as they stack up a little bit here just inside of your top 10, that 4 machine of Jensen gonna dive to the inside looking for some track positions, gonna grab it there. Wiggins gonna fall back now. The 13 gonna look to follow suit. Looking to put his sponsored number 13 machine inside of the top 10. And McConville's found something on the bottom. Check out this 10. Let's take a look at this 10. Let's jump. Do we got it on board, guys? Can we go on board with the 10, please? All right, there we go. Getting on board now. Listen how patient he is down here on the bottom of the racetrack. Out of the gas super early. Lets it find the bottom. Lets it roll. Light little squeeze all the way in the gas. Absolutely beautiful racecraft right there. McConville trying to make some headway. And look at the line of cars stacked up on the outside behind Ramos. And persistence pays off. Andrew McConville going to take the 6th position away. Ramos going to fall back to 7th. Jensen, Dauphin, Wiggins right here, all going at it. Big kerfuffle of machines battling for positions early here tonight. The Happy Harvick 85. 43 laps into tonight's 169 laps. We've seen 2 cautions. Slow the field down for just a handful of moments. We stay green flag racing back from lap, I believe it was lap number 25, went back green flag racing. So fuel mileage and strategy going to come into play here shortly as well. Already 44 laps into tonight's race. A handful of these drivers haven't hit pit road. But while we've got a battle in the back, let's head to the battle at the front. 3-way. Throwdown for the race lead. Cody Schultz, bottom of the racetrack, going to try to catfish here in California. Looking to get a little bit of contact there coming out of turn number 4. Schultz on the bottom of the racetrack couldn't keep the 5 turn down all the way. A little bit of a drift up into the door of the 45 of Abati, who keeps it to the high side. 51 of Nick Burlow right there. But Schultz able to roll the inside of the corner and snatch the race lead for the first time here tonight. New race leader as we cross the line. Lap 47 on the board with the 5 to the front. Quickly stepping away and quickly fading away. Christian Abati going to fall directly back to 3rd. Alan Bledsoe started outside pole position right here sitting. And the 4th position sees Abati falling back to Bledsoe. And try to take a position away. We're going to go on board with this 24 machine down into turn number 1. See race leader just out front. A great run through 3 and 4 right there. A little bit of a diamond that time. Out of this 24, we'll take a look back as Nicholas Wing closes in with his Texaco Havoline. Mustang, the 99, starting to make some headway after dropping 2 positions, starting to find some mid-run pace here. As the field stretches out single file, we'll jump around to a handful of the battles. Let's go back here to this little bit of a battle. The Turtle Wax 28, Machina Brian Tarnowski trying to hold off the Bit Warden 91 of Patrick Coro. Can Coro turn his night around? How about that, race fans? What do you think? What do you say? Clark, what do you think? A little further back in the pack, John Timms in the 77. We've seen him earlier here tonight. That 77, very sporty on the bottom of the racetrack, got shuffled to the high side. It has dropped back through the field quite a bit. We'll see if that Eastward Racing 77 can't get himself back into contention. Ed Hauck, the Speed Vision Camaro, man, that thing brings back some memories. Do you remember Speed Vision? How many of you remember Speed Vision? And that's definitely going to be showing my age. I'll wear it with pride, because Speed Vision was amazing. Anyways, we'll stop reminiscing and get back to the action on the racetrack. Battle underway for that third and final podium position, man. Bledsoe digging deep on the bottom. Big loose moment there. You see him laying down a little bit of extra rubber, burning up those rear tires. That may come back to haunt him if we see a long green flag running. Green flag pit stops start to get involved. Pit stops again. Pit stops are who knows? I don't know that the crew chiefs have got an accurate reading. Right? Like, how do these guys, how have they judged a full fuel race run? How do they know that they're going to get X amount of laps? How can they be sure? It hasn't been tested. It hasn't been tried. It hasn't been proven. So how do you manage that as well? These crew chiefs are going to be on a bit of a learning curve here tonight as well on the strategy. Handful of drivers early to pit road. Second and third now. Schultz and Burlow to pit road. Back on lap number 23 under our second caution of the night. Both with 4 tire stops. Starting to see tires become a difference here tonight. McConville, Jensen, Dauphin also moving their way up through the field, up 3, 7, and 5 positions after the restart with those 4 fresh tires. So again, fresh Goodyears are going to be key and king. But how long can you stretch this thing out? Is this going to be a 2-stop race from here out? 2 early cautions lets you save quite a bit of fuel here. So does that take you from a 3-stop to a 2? Could we possibly see an attempt at a 1-stop? We've seen a lot of crazy fuel strategy over the season and over the years. Could we see a crazy attempt at a 1-stop race? I mean, we're what? 21, 22 laps away from getting to the halfway point. But the problem is, right, these drivers that have stayed out, like Alan Bledsoe, that are truly going to have that opportunity to maybe run those 85 laps into tonight's race before making their first pit stop, they're going to have it go green flag from there on out. We're going to go back to battle here as Daniel Jensen starting to close in on the convoy. McConville had a great little 10-lap run going there. A little bit of a struggle now. Some pace starting to fall off. But as we were saying, I mean, they're gonna need those caution laps again. Otherwise, I don't know that you can truly just stretch at 85 laps. Oh, Ed Hauck to pit road. Ed Hauck onto pit lane. Looks like a scheduled stop here for that 7-first venture down pit road. And a little bit of a tricky pit road as well. We're going to try to highlight that tonight with some of your race leaders as they make their way to pit lane. But a very precarious pit road entry. You almost got to enter it down low and early like you would in let's say a Darlington. And it's right there in the middle of 3 and 4. We'll see. Can we get up high? Can we get up high on the track, guys? Do we got that? There we go. Thank you. Appreciate it. See, this is why we got some of the best in the business. You ask for it, you get it. Right there. There you can see that pit road entry. Just almost adjacent to that turn 4 logo on the outside lane. Let's stay with this camera for a second, guys, here. As race leader Cody Schultz begins to run into some lap traffic. And again, there you see it right there. There's that pit road entry. Very tough. Got to keep the car under control, under some pretty decent braking to ensure you can get it turned in the left on that flat portion of the apron. So green flag pit stops underway for Ed Hauck. He's rejoined the track. Is down 2 laps. We can expect to see drivers lose laps here tonight as they pedal this half mile. Beautiful short track racing facility here at Kern County Raceway Park. You're watching the Happy Harvick 85 for the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. The 5 has checked out almost a 3-second advantage. Let's go back here where they are stacked up just behind Nick Burlow, Alan Bledsoe, Nicholas Wing, Andrew McConville, Daniel. Whoa, and there's that 51 with problems. Burlow troubling contact with the inside wall, trying to head to pit road. We just mentioned it was going to be tricky. We just warned you about the troubles you could have onto pit road. Were we lying? It's almost like we knew. Unfortunately, Nick Burlow going to be the one to show us how tricky and tough it is to get on pit road here tonight. Burlow into the stall. Looks like a 4-tire stop for the 51. Down and away he goes. And how about Alan Bledsoe holding on here for a super long run? Fell back in the back to about that 5th position on the racetrack, and has worked his way back to 2nd here tonight. I think playing the tire game, falling right into the hands of this 24 machine. Starting to cut into some time on Cody Schultz as well. Last time around, Schultz is a 1975 to a 1969 of Bledsoe. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's still a couple of hundredths of a lap with a lot of laps remaining. It will add up, and you can see that time starting to dissipate over there with the left-hand side of your screen. Let's go back here just behind these 2 guys. Watch McConville and Jensen for a moment. 2 fast forwards going at it here. Both inside of your top 5. Jake Dauphin, great run for that Zen 13 machine. Big moment here. Daniel Jensen with a big save behind the wheel of that Corona number 4. Whew. Big time moments. Much fresher tires. The Speed Vision number 7 of Ed Hauck. He's looking to make some headway after heading to pit road back on lap number 66. They head back out front for just a moment here. Race leader Started to run up on some lap traffic. Zach Miller gonna fall off of the lead lap. Back to the battle here with Bledsoe, Wing, and McConville. Dofing just off in the distance there. You can see Ed Hauck starting to make some headway. Hauck gonna look to get himself back one lap down here tonight. A little bit deep in the field when he made his green flag pit stop, so he is gonna fall that second lap down. Nick Burlow able to keep himself just one lap down here. Unfortunately, the speed not behind the wheel of the 38 of Zach Miller. The Toyota struggling here tonight. And the Ford Performance Factory has shown up here tonight. My goodness. Alan Bledsoe to pit road. Bledsoe gonna give up second position, and he's gonna head to pit road. Alex Wiggins in the 11, Christian Avanti in the 45, also to pit lane. Top 6 remain on the raceway. Now riding with Nicholas Wing as he's got McConville just behind him. That's the 7 of Ed Hauck. Listed 2 laps down. Hauck trying to make some headway. And when did we see Bledsoe and Abati hit pit road? Bledsoe to pit road, lap 84. Target lap 85. Now the big question that's going to remain is, when do they come to pit road for the final time? Drivers remaining out on the racetrack, yet to pit here tonight. On screen, find that 99 Texaco Havoline. Nicholas Wing sitting in second, still yet to hit pit road. Back here in the 7th position, let's take a look at John Timms. Timms up 4 spots from where he qualified, now inside of the top 10, sitting in the 7th position, but Timms yet to hit pit road. We see you out there on the track, Lieutenant, but man, you have got to get going here. Sitting in the 9th position, Carlos Ramos with a little bit of a struggle. Looks like some front end damage on that 97. Looks like got a little bit of crinkles there just in front of the tires. You can see it right there, a little bit of a split. And suffering some severe damage after some contact here. Ramos going to drop deep in the field, lose 5 positions here tonight, sitting in that 9th spot, still inside of the top 10, but yet to make his first green flag pit stop. These guys, these are the guys that are going to be able to stop one more time, right? Wing, McConville, they're going to be able to stop just one more time. Jake Dauphin right here in that 13 machine. How about the good run from McConville, able to navigate his way up through the field and through the mix and grab the top spot. Great little run. Nick Burlow gonna have 2 stops here tonight. Lap number 73 coming down to pit road for the 2nd time. Burlow was making some headway. Big slide. And had to come to pit road after cooking the tires. Lap number 95 already. On the board here tonight, the Happy Harvick 85. Want to give a big shout out to everybody out there watching tonight. If you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation, and make sure you drop them a thumbs up let them know you like all the racing action here tonight. It's not just about tonight, it's about each and every Wednesday night. Finish out Hump Day the right way right here with the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. Each and every Wednesday night you can find a big moment, 2 almost 3 wide here as that 11 of Wiggins, he's pushing to get himself back just 1 lap down. Ooh. That right there was, well, we're not gonna, it was definitely a pucker moment. That's all we're gonna say. That's all we're gonna say about it. Definitely a pucker moment. Oh my goodness. A lot of action here tonight with the difference on the tire and fuel strategies. We're going to jump on board here with Alan Bledsoe looking to the inside of the 13. Dofing yet to hit pit road, and there you can see just quick work made with the fresh tires at the bottom of the racetrack. Following that 51 around here, and we've got problems. Caution on the racetrack. Carlos Ramos going to have some issues, and caution number 3 will fly here tonight. That's going to mix things up during a long green flag pit cycle, man. Oh, let's go check the replay. Let's see what happened with Ramos. And guys, can we... It looks like just gets a little bit loose there, compounding the problems already. More contact to the front end of that 97, and Ramos will be heading to pit road. We're going to have Pat live now as race leaders heading down pit lane. Look to see your top 7 to 8 drivers onto pit road. So as drivers bring their machines to the attention of the crew, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, pay a few sponsor bills. You know how that goes, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back with all your green flag action right here from Kern County.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And back live trackside as we see some of our drivers that were listed a lap down receiving a wave around, getting ready to roll once again. Here from Kern County, back with the race leaders, double file down the backstretch and into turn 3. The 99 of Nicholas Wing will bring us back to racing here tonight. Sun slowly setting in the background. Wait for it. All the gas and green flag flies once again here in the Happy Harvick 85. And a great turnaround here tonight for that 91. Remember, at one time here tonight, Coro facing the wrong direction. Now the bit ward of 91 inside of the top 5, up 7 positions from where he qualified. Over that 100 lap threshold, we're going to drop the timing and scoring, take you to the front, because it's time for your driver. Highlights and spotlights here tonight. Battles underway, so it may be a fluid little working machine. Nicholas Swing out front showing the way, snatching the race lead after utilizing some strategy early in tonight's race. Gonna put himself in position to control the rest of the night. A little bit of contact, second and third. McConville for a ride to the inside, back on the track, and caution flies. Once again, contact on the track, slight contact between the 13 and the 10. Gonna send McConville for a slide. You watched it happen right before your eyes. So a little bit of a rough restart, just some racing action here at Kern County Raceway will bring us back behind the pace car. Bledsoe, Schultz, Abati going to utilize this moment to head to pit road. Look for those 3 drivers to more than likely stay out the rest of the night. So well past the halfway point here tonight, we're going to give you a little bit of house cleaning here on lap 111 as a 38 of Zach Miller receives his lucky dog. 14 drivers still out on track. 13 drivers remain on the lead lap. Zach Miller going to pick up a lap to get himself back on the lead lap, but more importantly, Miller's going to be able to come back down pit road and get 4 fresh Goodyears. He'll start tail end of the field, but the front of this field came to pit road about 12 laps ago. It's going to be about 15 laps ago by the time we go back green flag racing, and they're going to have about 5 laps of caution on their tires. But they're going to have about 10 laps of racing on their tires. So advantage. We've seen what fresh Goodyears do. The passes that were made by Bledsoe right as that caution flag flew. Headway can be made very quickly if you put yourself in the proper position. Methodically make those moves. I would expect to see that 38 finish inside of the top 10. I mean, he's the torchbearer tonight for the Toyotas. Only 2 of them in the field and 1 of them with engine troubles to start tonight's Happy Harvick 85. Brandon Hartman couldn't get the engine fired. Gonna miss the race. And out of tonight in 17th. Only man behind the wheel of a Supra out there, trying to be Superman here tonight. After 2 laps down, back on the lead lap. We'll keep our eye on that 38. Let's get ready for a restart once again here at Kern County. Pace car in. Cars through 4. All the gas and green flag flies once again here in Kern. bit of a stack up here from third on back. Patrick Coro looking for some real estate to the high side. He's going to run super wide. That's going to allow Tarnowski to the inside. Look at Bledsoe. Bledsoe looking for a moment. Looked like he might go 3 wide. Cody Schultz in the 5. Little bit of a shove through the center of 1 and 2. Things starting to heat up here. Lap count is clicking away. Drivers are feeling that sense of urgency on this late restart. It is time to go. And we're going to go ahead and drop that timing scoring. Back over there to the left-hand side of your screen once again. Race number 5 here tonight for the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. Season number 9. You don't make it this far, you don't make it this long on iRacing unless you have an amazing group, an amazing stable of drivers, and a sense of integrity and a level of talent. And right here in the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinity Series, you can find that top tier talent week in and week out. A lot of great racing action provided and proven. Never ran on this track here with this car, and they're going to bring these Xfinity Series rides out. They're going to unload them from the hauler, and they're going to, whoa, big moment. And that's a big problem. I am not sure how Ed Hauck made it through. Abati does not. Bledsoe does not. And neither does Burlow. Big trouble now here on lap 120. We're going to have our 5th caution of the night. Let's go high above. Let's check the replay. And it looked like, let's go back just a little bit past that. Can we go back to that one? There it is, all happening in front. I wish we could go back a little further, guys. Do we got it right here, maybe? There it is. There it is. The 51 of Burlow having some troubles on that outside lane. Let's back it up one more time. There it is. Struggling, fishtailing down the back stretch. Comes across, catches the 24 just a little bit, but it is enough to make significant contact. 45 with massive damage. 24 missing the front clip as we head back out front with your race leader. That is going to change the dynamics of the rest of this race. That's gonna catch up three to 4 drivers at least. You can see Abati trying to roll off, keep himself on the lead lap, but I think he will indeed lose a lap here, unable to beat the pace car off pit road. So now Wiggins on pit road. Burlow, Bledsoe also on pit road, both fixing extensive damage. Man, it's going to be tough for these guys here. Trying to minimize their losses. Bledsoe does get rolling. Only loses a couple of laps here. But quickly things have turned around. Some of your quick drivers trying to make their way through the field. Contact in trouble. And now from the back to bad, as we have less than 50 laps to go here. Less than 50 laps to go at a half-mile racetrack. It will go away in a hurry, so look for that sense of urgency to pick up, ramp up a little bit more as we get closer to the end of tonight's race. Burlow, man, tough break. Wing at the front of the field, control car back into the restart zone, all the gas, and green flag flies once again. And Cody Schultz really digs it down into the corner. Let's watch this number 5 here. Really attacks corner entry. You can see the front end really slam down as he jumps out of the gas and onto the brakes. Man, look at that run. My goodness. It also, again, we're going to highlight it because we love it when we're right. Right? Everybody loves it when they're right. How about the great battle here? Let's go. Here with Coro and Ternowski with Tim's right behind him. They're mixing things up. We got our eye on the front of the field still. 1, 2, 3 on the racetrack. Wayne Doffy and Schultz. Schultz sitting in third. 9-lap fresher tires. We told you the 38 was going to have massively fresher tires. 38 came to pit road back on lap number 12. He's now sitting in that 9th position, so a great run here and a great turnaround to his night after being multiple laps down. Speaking of laps down, find if your driver is laps down here tonight on contact in McConville into the wall right in front of Ed Hauck. Oh, man. That is some big-time trouble here for Ed Hauck behind that wheel. Man, my goodness, let's go back. Let's check it out here. On-board camera shot and just, oh, man, that has got to be a helpless feeling. Let's take a look at it one more time here. Hauck off of turn number 4, sees the car on the bottom of the racetrack, and just that window closes up. Nowhere to go. At the Casey's number 10 of Andrew McConville back up the racetrack in trouble. My goodness. Big hits tonight as Ed Hauck to join a list of drivers is sitting on pit road. So in a span of about 25 laps here, we went from 15 drivers still on the track with 14 on the lead lap to now having only 10 drivers on the track. But only for the moment, 9 drivers left on the lead lap. Alan Bledsoe going to rejoin the field. Looks like Alex Wiggins is also going to try to rejoin tonight's race. That's going to give us 11 drivers on the track, but still, only 9 of them going to be the remaining on the lead lap. A lot of trouble here tonight for a lot of guys, and there's a lot of guys missing in action here tonight as well. Guys, where you at? We got to talk about this. We're missing Arga Bright here tonight. Doug, where you at? Short track on tap. You should be here. Dave Gage also missing in action here tonight. Last week's race winner in the PR Taco Palace and Margarita Bar. 187 from Daytona International Super Speedway. Anthony Shook broke into that winner's column. And then goes missing in action. So a handful of drivers not in the field here tonight. A handful of drivers out of tonight's race, looks like. Carlos Ramos and Ed Hauck both going to push their machines behind them. All the 10 will join them as we get the one finger wave this time by lap number 135 will go on the board. Pace car lights back out. We are ready to go back. Green flag racing this time by. So who do you got? I like that 5. We'll see how he goes. pace car in. Wait for it, and there it is. Nails the loud pedal, away we go. Wing, gonna rocket off into turn number 1, easily keeps that top spot. There's the great roll on the bottom for Schultz. Bottas number 5. Look for him to be super aggressive here. And that's not trying to pick him out or anything like that, or, you know, you gotta be. It's a restart. You gotta get everything you can. There you can see that 91 of Patrick Corno. He's gonna dig it down to the bottom of the racetrack. Catfish here early on this restart. Look at the 38. He's making some moves. Big moment there. Starnowski almost in to the tail end of that U.S. Army number 38. Christian Abate working his way around the racetrack as well. Abate involved in an early incident. See all sorts of damage on that 45. Man. John Timms to the outside. Coro to the bottom. The 38 going to get boxed down. Tarnowski going to now look to the open door. Look to put the 38 of Zach Miller back into that 9th position. Alan Bledsoe, man. Soldier, you got to respect the hustle back there by Bledsoe. 24. Missing the front clip, but still giving it all it's got. That's the thing of champions right there. We'll look back at some point in the season and remember this run here by Bledsoe. And remembering how he turned what could have been a disastrous night into a decent points day. And it will come into factor in play, I can guarantee you. The Turtle Wax Pro 28, Brian Chanowski on scene. Sitting in 7th, battle in front of him. Between the 4 of Jensen and the 45 of Abate. That is a battle for the final spot inside of the top 5. Closest battle on the racetrack as well, so we're going to stay right here for a moment before heading back out front with your race leader starting to close in on that 25 lap to go mark. So now's the time. You gotta go. I don't think you can hold back on the tires. I don't think you can try to save any of the tires right now. I think you just gotta go. Speed of going, check this out. Let's watch this battle for 2nd and 3rd. Cody Schultz going to finish things off on a high note here tonight, crossing the line in the Happy Harvick 85 with just 25 laps to go. Nicholas Wing looking for his first win of the season. Can he get that Halloween machine into victory lane here tonight? How about the run out of Jake Doping sitting behind the wheel of the Zen 13 machine? Great run here tonight for Doping as well. The 5 of Schultz with a solid night all around inside of the top 7 all night long here. Cody looking to finish things off on a high note and to walk away with the podium. There you can see Christian Abate. He's got some fresh tires looking to get himself a position or 2 here before the end of tonight's race. Those fresh tires really doing him justice, taking a disaster and turning it around to what could be an amazing finish here. He's got about 23 lap fresher tires than the guys in front of him that are racing for position, that are mixing things up, that are taking some of the life off of the tires. So already at a disadvantage, and battling is only going to compound the problems. And trying to go where they ain't. The 45 of Christian Abate looked to the outside. It was covered up. Now looking back to the bottom as Cody Schultz continues to search for a way around the 13. A little bit of a magic man moment there for Abate. Now you see me, now you don't. Disappearing act down the backstretch. So what do you got, race fans? There you can see Nicholas Wing starting to step it out, starting to step away as the moving roadblock continues in front of Abati. He cannot utilize those fresh tires, finally getting away. Ooh. Man, oh my God. 3 wide here at Kern County as Abati has had enough. He's going to make some big moves and put himself into that 3rd position. Going to take away a podium spot from Jake Doping, who falls back to 4th. Now eyeballing Cody Schultz. Schultz does have... He's got 24-lap older tires. 30-lap older tires as Nicholas Wing. Is there enough time for Abati to shock the fans in the stands? Sold out packed house here tonight at Kern County Raceway for the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. Could they be put onto a treat? Could this 45 go from disaster to glory in 50 laps? From down a lap back onto the race lead, back onto the lead lap, back to the race lead. Can your Premier Racing Setup Pole Award winner find a way back to the front? We're going to have 12 laps remaining this time around. Time is running out. Time is not on the side of that 45. And I think maybe that battle in front of him has just hindered the progress a little bit too much. Nicholas Wing out to a 2.5 advantage over Cody Schultz, and Schultz starting to open things up. Now a 0.5 second advantage for Schultz over Abati for 3rd. We're going to jump back here. We've got more battles on the racetrack. It's not always about the action at the front. Let's go back here. John Timms trying to pick up a position. Missing that rear deck lid. Trying to hound down the U.S. Army. Number 38 of Zach Miller. This is a battle 8th and 9th on the raceway. How about Alan Bledsoe? We're going to go back here. Regardless, top 10 right here. The 24 Wounded Warrior on the track. Still out there giving it all he's got. How about the man right in front of him? Alex Wiggins behind the wheel of that Michigan Wrap National Champion sponsored 11 machine. The Camaro with troubles here tonight. Down 4 laps, but still out there pounding the pavement. Still out there trying to get all he can. Just a great night overall for these drivers. Visiting a very tough, very different half-mile racetrack. First time they visited here tonight. A handful of cautions towards the end of tonight's race. All in all, a great, clean race. And some guys really working that strategy into their favor. We're going to cross the line this time around. There's your race leader. Nicholas Wing out front leaves us with 6 remaining in the Happy Harvick 85. High five for your race leader. Just 5 laps now remaining. Let's go back here. This is one of your closer battles on the racetrack. Let's back up a little bit, guys. Thank you. It's like you guys knew exactly what I was thinking, what I wanted to see here. 3 drivers within about a second of each other. Doesn't look like much distance, but there you can see Christian Abati, even with those much fresher tires, they've just kind of given up. He's not able to step away from doping, not able to run down Cody Schultz, who stepped it out to almost a 1 second advantage now. So Cody Schultz does have some speed, and he is coming on strong here at the end of tonight's race. Let's check it out with 3 laps to go. There you can see wing out front, but now that race lead under 1 second. Race leader will see popsicle sticks on display this time by just 2 laps to go. Race lead 0.8 of a second. How much does Schultz still have behind the wheel of that 5 machine? Closes the distance out of 2 just a little bit more here. It's going to get close down to the end. White flag in hand. We're going to cross the line. White flag flies. Final lap here tonight from Kern County Race Park. You're watching the Happy Harvick 85. Nicholas Wing, just 2 more corners to go into 3 for the final time. And the 99 will bring it home this time around. Checkered flag flies. Your race winner in the 99 Texaco Javelin. Fast forward at the front of the field, Nicholas Wing walks away with your race win. Man, what a job and what a run. What a night. For that 99, utilized some great strategy and walking away with the race win. He's going to enjoy a little bit of post-race celebrations here on the front stretch. Give all the fans in the stand standing up and a photo opportunity here. So as he enjoys his celebrations, we're going to step away, get things set up for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside here tonight at the conclusion of tonight's Happy Harvick 85 from Kern County Raceway. What a night, what an evening, and we're going to dive right into our post-race interviews. Let's see if we can dial up and have a few words with a man that made A lot of moves at the end of tonight's race. Gonna pick up a lot of positions and put himself back into a podium spot. Christian, as Dave, you got a copy?
Hey Dave, how are you?
Doing pretty good. I gotta say, you would probably be feeling a little bit better if things were a little bit different here tonight, but still a great recovery in a great race points day at the end, huh?
Yeah, definitely good recovery drive. Just kind of unfortunate getting caught up in other people's messes tonight. But was able to play it smart, get myself back up into a good position. So I mean, I think if everything went the same way it did, and I didn't have to play the games to get back on the lead lap, I probably would have pitted anyways on that last caution. Because I mean, fresh tires here are just a world's difference, and it would have made a lot. I mean, it makes it makes it fun to feel like you're the fastest guy out there for the time being. But yeah,
So you had much fresher tires at the end of tonight's race. You did make quite a bit of headway there when you ran up on I believe it was the 5 and the 13, going at it second and third for a moment. How tough was it to utilize those tires? Because it looked like you kind of just stalled out for a moment there, and just really. I don't want to seem harsh, but seems like being stuck behind the two kind of wasted the opportunity.
yeah. I mean, every lap after the first lap, the tires are just declining. So I mean, you're trying to maximize every lap as much as you can. But I mean, the competition is as you get further up the field is going to get better in any race it is. So I mean, you'll pick the guys off in the back, and then slowly, sure enough, it's going to get harder by the time you get up to the front. Um, I mean, Cody was doing a good job holding the line, and then finally got washed up where the two were going side by side. So I knew I had to make a move at some point, and was able to pull off a pretty good one on Jake, and almost got Cody there. But I mean, he had enough momentum around the outside to hang it around. I didn't think I was going to get Cody after tonight's race, or after especially after the first stint, because he was just going really fast, and I think he made a good call there with a early pit stop that got him some time in the first phase of the race. But yeah, I mean, stinks I wasn't a little bit closer to the front there at the end, but I mean, all else considered, it was a good recovery.
Well, a good recovery indeed. Going to walk away with some points here tonight. Walking away with the pole position. You led a handful of laps. Third place finish. Going to give your point standings a pretty good shot in the arm as we get back to quote unquote real racing tracks. Going to be heading to Kansas next week. So before we let you go from the track here tonight, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Uh, I guess just the usual rundown. Thank you to you, Dave, for putting on these broadcasts. It's always good fun to watch these back. Thanks to ASMR for putting on the event. I mean, tonight was a little hectic, but I mean it's short track racing and it was good. It's still some good action out there. Congrats to Nick on winning the race and Cody finishing up here on the podium as well. Um, and I know it was kind of unfortunate night for the teammates Andy and Derek, but all else considered, they had some good pace during the parts of the race that they were able to run. So yeah, it was not a great night for the team, but you know, able to learn some things, and hopefully we'll shake it off and fix it for the next round.
Well, man, we look forward to trying to catch up with you in the future. Got a handful of great races coming up here in the near future. So we're looking to talk to you around the corner. Until next time, my man, as always, stay safe and keep it fast. All right, there you have it. Final few words for the man that walks away here tonight. With the final spot on the podium here, Premier Racing Setup Pole Award winner. Behind the wheel of that 45 Chevy Camaro, Christian Abati will finish in third, and that's going to move us right along to the list. Man, that was pretty quick all night long behind the wheel of that number 5 machine. Let's see if we can't dial up and have a word or two with Cody. Cody, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey Dave, how's it going, man?
Going pretty good. How you feeling, man? Great finish for you here tonight. And you had a ton of speed all night. Walk us through tonight's race.
Yeah, it was. I've never raced here before, so this was a first race for me. And honestly, I did not expect to do as well as I did tonight. Um, but it was good. The car handled way better than I thought it would. The tires held on way longer than I thought it would, and just all around, like I said, I did not think it was going to finish this well, and it worked out in our favor.
Well, man, you seem to be able to really work that corner entry. You look to be I don't want to. I said aggressive. If you watch it back, it's not a shot at you, and I even said that too. You just seem to be able to take the car about a car length and a half further into the corners, uh, on the bottom lane, than anybody else here tonight. Did you was that just where you were more comfortable, or is there a specific reason? Is there a different track that maybe you started trying to run that particular track line? Like, walk us through that decision to keep it on the bottom and be so quick.
Um, no, it was just it felt the car felt great with it. I think I was sending in a little bit too hot. I knew my tires were not going to be forgiving of me. Um, but I knew there'd be a couple cautions, and I mean, we had 4 sets of tires, so honestly, I was taking every set of tire I could and just sending it. So, I mean, it stuck, it worked out good, and the cautions just fell in our favor, and it just worked out. So, I just kind of just played my own routine and didn't really save, didn't be too conservative about it. Um, but yeah, that was just the line I was comfortable with.
Well, man, we love and appreciate the honesty here in the post race interview. So, an amazing run for you and the crew here tonight. Going to put that fast forward into second after really staying inside of the top five all night long. Great pit strategy early, lets you put yourself in position for a run at it at the end. Great moves being made all night long. We look forward to being able to catch up with you in the future. So, before we let you go here tonight, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous? Maybe thank anybody back at the shop?
Absolutely. Thank you first for doing all this, and also with Snake River Racing with buddies Dan, Nick, and Jake. Jake just started out this season and ran a fantastic race. So I had fun with everybody and all those guys, but it was a fun night for sure, and we definitely needed this result. So
Well, Cody, again, congratulations on the podium finish here tonight from a tough little short track, Kern County Raceway. We look forward to trying to catch up with you at the end of one of our next few events coming up here shortly. So until then, my friend, stay safe, and as always, keep it fast.
awesome. Thanks, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Final few words for the man that walks away second here tonight, Cody Schultz, with an absolute phenomenal run, an early pit stop, put himself in position for the opportunity to stay out with those late race cautions and keep himself with an opportunity to go after the race win. And speaking of race win, that's going to lead us right into victory lane. We're going to see if we can't dial up and talk to the man behind the wheel of that Texaco Havoline 99 machine, looking good in victory lane under the lights. Ben Nicholas, how you feeling? I mean, it's gotta be a good feeling. You know what I mean? Kern County first race for the Hauck Designs Xfinity Series, and you're the winner.
Yep. Usually when we go to the new tracks first time and the short tracks, I usually do better there than the tracks we repeat over and over again.
Well, a lot of staple tracks, a lot of leagues and series like to run those typical tracks, and I've noticed here you guys like to add in some newbies and some misknowns. And if you had to judge this track overall, what would your take be on it? Would you like to see it more on the schedule?
Well, of course I would, because I just won at it, but eventually that luck's going to dry up, just like it's been all season for me.
Well, I mean, you can't always be the man with the gold in the hand. Sometimes you got to be the one trying to take it from them. And everybody was trying to steal the gold from you here tonight. Um, Getting that first race win of the season, going to give yourself a little bit of a point shot. Still outside of the top 10, I do believe. Let me take a look here. And yeah, it's going to be just outside of the top 10. Do you think there's anything more you can do coming up next week at Kansas?
Nah, I don't think so. Just try to get what I can. But with my luck this year, I'll take what I can get.
Absolutely. Well, man, congratulations on bringing the checkered flag home, the race winning trophy. Going to go back to you in Owasso, Michigan. And surprisingly enough, I can say that without a problem. Where are you at, by the way, in Owasso? Off
Um,
subject, but I've got family in Byron.
yeah, that's where Eric Jones is from, and I believe we talked about this last time I won at Bristol.
I think we
That
did. Did see this is I can't remember stuff sometimes.
I'm about probably uh 10 miles from Wassa Speedway, where Eric Jones used to run at in his street stock.
Okay, okay. Like, do you know see sorry race fans, you're just gonna deal with it. This is what happens on live TV. You know the McDonald's gas station. I forget that little road leading into like Byron, but it's a little bit before you get into Byron. But I think my people are about maybe a mile or so away from that McDonald's gas station combo thing, over on the left hand side of the road. Make sense? No.
No, I usually don't go to Byron.
I don't think anybody does. But anyway,
If there
sorry.
ain't no racetrack there, I don't go.
Sorry to get off subject, man. It's been a minute since you've been to Victory Lane, so I mean, you seem a little bit down on your luck so far this season, but this could be what turns things around. Is there any tracks out there remaining that you really got a strong feeling about heading to? I mean, we're going to Coda, Darlington in the next handful of weeks as well, so some good tracks coming up. Is there anyone that you may have kind of circled that you may be able to get back to Victory Lane?
Martinsville, for Coda, I think they should just nuke the track.
Again, love the honesty, Nicholas. A heck of a job here tonight from Kern County. Before we let you go, shout outs, thank yous, love yous.
I'd like to thank to the sponsors and, of course, all my lovely teammates, even though I give them a hard time.
Well, again, congratulations on the checkered flag performance here tonight in the Happy Harvick 85. We'll look forward to catching up with you at the end of one of our next races coming up around the corner. Until then, as always, stay safe and keep it fast.
Yep, you too.
All right, there you have it. The Michigan native going to walk away with a checkered flag over here from the West Coast side of things. Can Wing maybe turn things around? Could this be that pivotal moment in the season that catapults Nick on a run that catapults that finishing streak to turn his season around for a chance and opportunity for the championship in less than 7 weeks? I mean, we're right around the corner, race fans. Things are gonna get heated up in the points battle, but tonight the confetti flies and Nicholas Wing will be the lone man in Victory Lane. What a night, what a race here tonight from Kern County. As the lights are on and the fans begin to exit the stands, you can hear the producers hitting those familiar sounds in the background. You know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results in the Happy Harvick 85, brought to you by the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. Walking away in Victory Lane, the Texaco Havoline machine of Nicholas Wing picks up this first win. Cody Schultz going to finish in second tonight with Christian Abate, your pole sitter. Finishing out your podium drivers tonight here from Kern. 13 machine of Jake Doping going to come home in fourth with Daniel Jensen back in fifth. Sliding home in sixth tonight, the 91 Bit Warden. Sponsored Chevy Camaro of Patrick Coro. Brian Janowski going to finish back in seventh with the 77 of John Timms coming home in eighth. Zach Miller going to recover from 2 laps down, going to finish the final driver on the lead lap back in the 9th position. Alan Bledsoe in the DuPont Chevy will finish in the final spot inside of your top 10. Alex Wiggins Going to bring the 11 home in 11th. Andrew McConville back in 12th with Ed Hauck 13th. The 51 of Nick Burlow. Going to have some problems early in tonight's race, and Burlow will make an early exit and finish in 14th. The Lieutenant Carlos Ramos gonna finish out your top 15 with troubles. At a Derek Moore, the 16 will finish in 16th. Final driver in the field here tonight, Brandon Hartman has trouble getting his Toyota Supra fired up and on track and will walk away in 17th. Well, that's going to do it. That's going to be your driver rundown here tonight from Kern County Raceway in the Happy Harvick 85, brought to you by the American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Xfinity Series. What a night, what a drive. If you haven't already, before you go, remember to join us in that continued push to 4,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love. Drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you are one of our dedicated fans, friends, family, or many sponsors. We appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. So remember, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.